Welcome to the Jewish Atlantic World Database. I'm Professor Laura Liebman, and this webinar will introduce you to what kinds of evidence gravestones provide. If you're not watching this video on the database website itself, you can easily go to the database by entering the following address: cdm.read.edu/cdm4/Jewish Atlantic World, all in lowercase letters. The Jewish Atlantic World Database is intended to help people understand the daily and religious lives of Jews living in early America, as well as the source of their traditions. If you've started to browse the database, you may have noticed there seems to be an awful lot of images of gravestones, though you will also find other images in the database. These include things such as houses of early Jews, their synagogues, their ritual baths, or what are called mikvaot, as well as some other objects, such as this cauldron belonging to slaves. In addition, you'll find some archival documents related to Jews, such as probate records and land acquisition records. But why are there so many gravestones in the collection? Well, the first reason why there are so many gravestones is that gravestones can provide us with a very democratic understanding of a Jewish community, because even slaves, women, and children were given gravestones, as well as important men in the community. For example, in the database from the Newport community, you'll find this gravestone of famous merchant Aaron Lopez, as well as that of his father-in-law, Jacob Rodriguez Rivera. But in addition to these two gravestones, you'll find gravestones belonging to Aaron Lopez's first wife, to his nephew who died as a very small child, and to one of Aaron Lopez's slaves, Peter Cranston, who was buried in a nearby cemetery. The second reason why there's so many gravestones in the collection is that Jews in the Atlantic world had a very liberal understanding of the second commandment, and hence they often decorated their gravestones with beautiful carvings that can tell us a lot about the symbolic world in which they lived. Some of these carvings are quite simple, just a pretty little flower in the corner of a stone, or some nicely carved letters on a stone. Other gravestones are much more elaborate. They may contain biblical scenes, like this one that has a figure of Mordecai writing from the book of Esther, or they may have sweet little angels, or they may have a death's head, a skull and crossbones that warns us that sometime we too will die, and we should be careful in the meantime. In the next webinar, I'll explain the three main ways that scholars analyze gravestones. In the meantime, thank you for joining me, and I hope you have a lot of fun using the database.